Hey y'all, I'm an I-78 back in the house. It's been a couple days since I have been on, but I am back. Had a few things I had to take care of. But y'all, in these few days I've been gone, it has been so much happening. Right now, the biggest thing we got going on is this Alabama free for all brawl, whatever y'all want to call it. It has just been all over the news. Hey Mona, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So had to get this a couple days to make sure I had all my info together, and I'm glad I did because y'all I've come across some footage that has just I have gone through the entire gamut of emotions. I have gone through being thoroughly entertained to it being funny to it being sad to being concerned. Like I have the whole gamut going. So I just want to get on, see what you guys think about this, and see if we can come to any kind of conclusion as to what really started this and if there's anything we need to do as a people to make sure that these types of incidents don't just happen to happen, but if they happen, they actually invoke some kind of change. Cause y'all, when I tell you I have seen these videos, y'all, I have seen these folks got worked over. Like there is it's just no other way to say that. These folk set it off and got worked over. I mean, all the way over. Like I saw a video last night of these folks getting worked over. I was just like, can't even really feel bad for them because if we go back to the videos in the beginning, y'all was some of the first ones that was, Johnny on the spot trying to, make sure that the brother was getting beat down. So when the tables turned, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing because it was funny to me. But let's start from the beginning with what was going on. So apparently this took place on August the 5th, which was Saturday, and there was a dinner cruise in Montgomery. The ship had, embarked on this tour. People were having dinner, drink, socializing, doing what it is you do on a dinner cruise. And as it was time for the boat to come back, they didn't have their, prepaid, pre-planned schedule assigned spot to park in because this group of rednecks. I'm sorry, that's what we're gonna call them, y'all. They were straight red Alabama rednecks, was on the scene in a pontoon boat and felt like they could do whatever it was they wanted to do. Hey Team Peterson, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the support. And they, do what y'all know I want to say it. You know what? I'm on my road to monetization, so I'm gonna let it hang. They did what crackers do. They did what drunk Alabama crackers do, and decided they was just gonna, put the pontoon boat, just dock it wherever, and it was gonna be okay. And because they was crackers, there was nothing that was gonna be a problem. So actually, yesterday, there was some video release from one of the patrons who was actually on the dinner boat that couldn't dock because of the pontoon boat. So I'm gonna play that real quick, and we're gonna see what's going on with that. Because I was like, this makes lots of sense as to how this whole situation came to be. So let's see what we got. Y'all know we struggle streaming, but here you go.
Crew from our little dinner
So
cruise.
this is actually video of one of the patrons who was actually on
to go over there
dinner boat.
to move
And you see this, keep this lady right here in mind in the red dress. Make sure y'all keep an eye on her. She gonna be important later on.
And they left it there. So he's
She's
just
gonna be real important later on.
That's funny.
As you can see, we got the security, you know what I'm saying, the boat dock, you know what I'm saying, guardsman doing what he's supposed to be doing, which is making sure that things stay in order on the dock.
I hope the police give him a big
Now, apparently he just untied the pontoon boat, and now the rednecks got something to say.
Ooh, confrontation with
Okay, so he immediately starts out aggressive with confrontation. Here come another one. But you know when they don't have no shirt on and just put the flip flops on, they real crackers. Real crackers. drunk. He getting a little drunk, but I mean, it is what it is. Fair use. Okay, this some from the people with the blue shirts on are actually workers for the dinner crew. And see, he's telling them
This
like
guy's
y'all are in the
wrong.
way. This boat has to come in and stop and get these people off so they can get the next group home. And hold on. And so he's explaining that's what's going on. But because we dealing with Alabama crackers, y'all already know white people don't have any respect for law enforcement. They tell you to have respect for law enforcement, but that don't apply to them. So because they already operating in, y'all ain't gonna be telling me what to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. And I mean, he clearly, if you look at, you know what I'm saying, these folks, they've been outside in the sun for a while. That beer done kicked in. They've been out on the pontoon boat. And they just, on we gonna do whatever. If anybody say something to me, then they gonna get addressed type of action. So when they pulled up and Mr. guard told them y'all can't park here, they probably was like, all right, we gonna move, and then was like, fuck it, we just gonna get off. I mean, law enforcement, police don't tell me nothing, especially no black man. I mean, y'all know that's not what they said, but you get the gist. So they started out on some, I'm white, I don't abide by no kind of rules, especially no rules that no you gonna send no black man over here to try to enforce. So they was already on that type of time. So let's go back and see the rest of this video, child, because this is it's gonna get real. Fair use. We're using this for news and information and educational purposes. They got the folks. These, as you hear, these are the people that's on the dinner boat. So I mean, but I see he got some backup dude with the blue shirt on. So it's just some we basically F lawsuit. Meanwhile, this Guinness boat can't stop, so they losing money because they got another group of people that's supposed to get off. They did get work though, baby. Don't lie. When I say smooth work over, they got work. Okay, so he done untied the boat, and so the boat is floating out the way, and they can holler instead of getting on the boat and getting the boat out of the way under their control.
Get out now! Captain, if they don't want to move, that this damn boat and blow them in. Right, lock them in. Captain, man, that dog get close. Somebody call him. Man, she didn't let me my dog like she a dog in here.
Y'all know I'm petty AF.
I ain't gonna do that, but
on that pontoon, child, please, that would have been the story. And hit his dude. Why he looking like he part of the SA clan, but he don't want to associate with them. He want to be with the Alabama crackers. So he gonna get worked over too. Trust. When I saw that video last night of him getting worked over, y'all, But let's keep rolling. And all of this business that ain't to it. He got a pontoon boat and still untied, slowly floating off. You like, look, I ain't, I'm back. See, Yes, he was like, call to action. Call to action. Y'all know. See now, look. Now y'all come, look. What's she in there for? Throw her in the water. Wow. Listen, y'all, this is out of order. This straight out of order. It was no reason for any of that. Meanwhile, your boat is floating off into what could possibly be the abyss. Y'all, F the boat, that's where we at. All right, cool. But for you, did I see this wrong, guy? He was having a conversation with one white dude, and then the other one just comes in and wham. What? That's what we're doing. And then remember I told you about the chick in the red dress? What is heifer at? Remember I told y'all about her? Keep your eye on this heifer. Cause see, she's doing a lot. She did a lot, a lot times 10. But we're gonna keep on rolling. So there's another dude, you know what I'm saying? He comes in to try to break it up. And in the beginning they was trying to say that he started the altercation. I didn't even see the sister girl right there. Yeah, he like he's throwing the poppers now. Why is she involved? Move, ma'am. Oh, hold on to her bill. You know they ain't gonna let go of that bill. They're not gonna let it go. Mm-mm. Yeah, all of that, all of that, all of it. Like, okay, all of that. Just all okay. But again, so that is what led up to the free for all, because that was just a straight up free for all brawl. And I mean, I don't really know what else to say about that. But now I did watch um Jason Black last night. Shout out to the business, and he had like quality footage, y'all. He had footage of the dude getting putting in work with that chair. Like y'all, it was so much work going on with that chair. That could have just been a stream by itself. Dude put in work with that chair. But I'm gonna go ahead and run a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a couple pieces here and there of his stream with the video, but I'm not gonna use the sound because I don't want no problems. I don't need no problems. But y'all, I mean, look. This is just some of the stuff that came pieces of video that came rolling in. It's just it's out of order, but check it out. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But here you go. We're gonna get this queued up. There we go. Look, the folks, just they we do. We really do. We need it. Yeah, we need it. We need it. So black people, next time y'all need to chill, put a camera on it so we can get all that footage and see that. I mean, look, see there go the lady in the red, but that's what her old ass get. Cause she was the first one going down there getting all of that instigated. So I don't care nothing about her getting to work. She got work. Look, dude getting beat with after he jumped in the water. Like, dude put in work with that chair, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. All kinds of work. All of it. Look, So that's okay. We go to the start again. Yeah, see that's yeah. You like what? At this point, fuck it. It don't even matter what happened. We gonna get this in all the way in. But see, you just all right, y'all. One day y'all gonna learn. One day y'all gonna for real learn. You gonna learn. You gonna learn. Ooh, child. I mean, just yeah, work on top of work. And see, okay, so y'all see the dude swimming? That he was on the dinner boat. He's one of the employees that had on the blue crew shirt. And y'all, I was so proud to see a black person swimming. I really was. I was proud because that's another. But I can't even say that's a stereotype because most black people do not know how to swim. That's true. So the fact, I mean, it looked a little rough and disjointed, but he got the job done. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. Appreciate you, bruh. Hold up, let me see if I can get to some. Yeah, here goes. Just some. I'm gonna go back. There's some more melee. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, dude was another level with that chair, Team Peterson. A whole, he took it to a whole. I ain't never seen nobody get their ass whooped with no chair like that. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, old boy was in the water and he was still, he was beating on him like folks in the ghetto beat on roaches. He was tearing his ass up. I mean, yeah, just let's see if we can skip forward a little bit. Because like I said, I don't want to be a whole lot. Okay, yo. So let me go back just a little bit. So when the boat finally comes back, y'all, that's the dinner boat. Y'all, when the boat come back and them bros mounted up off that boat, honey, white people, Mexicans, Italians, anybody. Anytime you somewhere and you see a group of black men round up and start skipping, somebody finna get their ass whooped. Do not hang around. Take cover and pull out your camera. Then they and straight took over the pontoon boat. Straight took over the pontoon boat. Now y'all want to run up on the boat after y'all done raised all this hell, and she gonna get off. Now she just got beat up on the last video we saw, and you gonna get off. Okay. And y'all, you see the police back here? What he doing? Nothing. Police ain't doing nothing. Look, oh, y'all see the chick fell in the water? Y'all not taking this footage right here was giving me life last night. It was giving me life. Just giving me life. Like this, yeah, quality. Oh, you want it? No, you don't. Go on back up under there. Go on back up under there. Go on back. Go on back. Go on back. Foolishness. Hold up. Oh, here go. That's another angle. Like these folks was not having it. They was really not having it at all. Hold on. Let's see what else we got. They're gonna lady again with the red on. Keep your old yeah. Give it a work with that chair. Yes. Beat her ass some more. Cause she didn't have no business going down there getting them amped up for that nonsense. Mm-hmm. Beat her ass with that chair some more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it's another piece on here with the old man. Yeah, get on over there and sit down, lady. Okay, yeah, they did. Okay, so they got her too. All right, cool. It's another with the old man. He hold up, I got to find him because he was giving them work. He was giving them work. Where is it? Hold up. There's still some more. That's them taking over the boat. Okay, so we kind of going back to the beginning. But yeah, I don't want to use too much, but I greatly appreciate you, Jason Black, for all that good footage that you had for us yesterday evening. I appreciate that. Absolutely. But I also want to get into there was a press conference this afternoon from the police chief in Montgomery to announce that they have issued warrants for the as my daddy would call them crackers that set all of this off. So I'm gonna play that and see what he got to say because I really haven't seen all of it. So a lot of this is gonna be live reaction because I have to be on the clock. So I didn't really get to get all of this. So I got a few little bits and pieces from the lead attorney. Shout out to the lead attorney, Mastermind Gang. So we're gonna pop in this real quick and see what's going on. But here we go. Mm, sorry about that, y'all. All right. So I don't even know who this is, but we're gonna see.
Everyone in our community that has been so helpful regarding the situation that brings us here today. As you all know, we had an unfortunate event to take place over the weekend downtown Montgomery on our riverfront. It was something that was brought on by reckless individuals
Mm-hmm.
who did not
Drunk
really
crackers.
use
Just
good
say it.
judgment and
Drunk crackers.
caused an event that certainly was avoidable. That said, uh, the police department reacted very swiftly, very intentionally to address the matter, as did other citizens in the community. And so at this time, we wanted to bring forth some information that we did not have as our
And
investigation
this was Saturday and it's Tuesday.
continues
Y'all didn't
to
take a
report
long
to the
time,
public.
so I
And so
can
I
I
have
can
with
work with
me
this.
Chief Darrell Albert, the Chief of Montgomery Police Department, who will update
Hang
us on
on,
the
y'all. Before
status
we
of.
before we get all up into that, like Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. Y'all just got the world. magnifying glass off of y'all with this Carly Russell nonsense, and then we gotta come right back with this. Why didn't some y'all go beat her ass? I'm just saying, since we was in the ass kicking mood, like she could have used a little bit of that chair work, so we can find out what's going on with them 2 days she was missing. I'm just saying, like just say soon as Walmart get the chairs back in stock, y'all pick up a couple and go check her out. I'm just saying, it's just thought, so we can get some answers. But I mean, Bama, y'all, yeah, Team Pizza, they taking major L's. Like, well, I don't know. Do y'all really think this is an L? Like, do you think this is like a stain for black people in Alabama? Or is this a introduction, so to speak, to what could possibly be happening to these crackers if they don't check themselves? Like, they could potentially be taking their ass whoopings 3, 4 times a month. I mean, because I mean, black people are truly excited by this, about what I'm saying, what took place, which I don't fully understand. I don't understand if it's about time we see black men stand up for themselves, or is it I'm just glad y'all beat their ass for all they done to us? Like, which is it? Or could it be some of both? I mean, that's my thing, because I have been seeing in the media that this has basically been dubbed as a racial event, which I don't know if I really agree with that. I think there are racial components, but I think this initially started from white people not wanting to take any correction. I think it's their complete disdain for rules, regulations, and law enforcement is what set all of this off. Because I think even if the guard had been a white man and he was like, "Look, y'all can't put this boat here. We got people coming in. We got things we need to do. Y'all in the way." I still think they'd have left that boat there and there would have been a fight. I honestly, I really do. But then I think it became racial when that old ass white woman jumped down up in there. I know you ain't gonna let it. I'm sure she was. And then the fact you had, black people on the dinner boat hooping and hollering and egging it on. I think at that point it started, what I'm saying, to become us against them. But then I mean, when the boat docked and the way they mounted up, it it was definitely us against them, and we not gonna let you treat our brother like that. So while I don't think it completely started from a racial aspect, it definitely took that that route. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, it's rare that we actually see black men on code. So for that, I was like, well, I mean, if we got to start, whooping ass and progress to, getting, legislation pushed, then hey, the march is on. I'm with you. But now, if this was just some, we gonna mount up to whoop ass, and then we come to the next real issue, we ain't gonna do nothing. We're not gonna say anything. Then I have a problem with this. So I mean, that's just me. What y'all think? Because I mean, again, if it's gonna be a progression, I'm down. Then I mean, hey, but it's just gonna be just an opportunity for us to fight against white people. Then yeah, nah, that's bull. So that is my take on that. But let's get back to this press conference, because like I said, I didn't get to see. I saw bits and pieces. I really want to hear what they got to say, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye to see how long it take these white boys to get in these cuffs. So let's see.
Of this event and how things are going in the investigation at this point.
Mm.
But again, we want to thank all the members of the public, all of our first responders, everyone who's been helpful, witnesses in bringing forth the information that we
Hey,
have.
real
So at this time, I'll turn
bravado.
it over to Chief Allen. Chief?
Exactly. We definitely have to be ready for more than a fist fight.
Good afternoon. Again,
All right,
Chief
Mr.
Darrell
Police
Albert,
Chief, what's
Montgomery
going on?
Police Department. Now, I'll kind of lay out the facts as we know them now regarding the incident that took place on Saturday, August 5th, 2023, at 7 p.m. There were several events taking place
Yeah,
on
that
our
child, that
historic
chat
river
actually was everything
front.
to me. I'm sorry, but it
Positive
was.
feedback regarding a school event hosted by Montgomery Public Schools and Hyundai was taking place at the amphitheater and nearby train shed. The Harriet II river cruise ship
Mhm.
was fully operational,
Mhm.
operating from a designated docking space along the river. The Harriet takes passengers on 2-hour tours up and along the Alabama River throughout the day.
So I
On
wonder
this
how
day, there were
popular that boat gonna be now.
227 passengers aboard that vessel. The incident occurred between the co-captain of the Harriet II vessel and a private boat owner and his family. As the Harriet attempted to dock in its designated space, designated and reserved due to the gangway access as well as the mooring requirements,
Mhm.
the private boat was docked in its space, prohibiting safe docking of the Harriet. The captain of the Harriet remained away from the dock for nearly 40 to 45 minutes as he attempted to contact the operators of the private boat via PA system. They were only responded to with obscene gestures, curse words, and taunting.
Mm-mm.
The co-captain was then picked up by a separate vessel and brought to the pier in an attempt to have a conversation with the private boat owners and or have those boats moved so that the Harriet could dock. A confrontation ensued between the co-captain and Mr. Pickett, the co-captain, being attacked by several members of the private boat. Several members
Oh
of the
crap, we
Harriet II
calling him
came
the
to Mr.
security
Pickett's
guy and
defense
he the
in
damn
version that we
co-captain
all
of the
have
boat.
seen
Let's give bro
sent
some
on
respect.
social media. I'll give you a timeline as the way the calls came in and the Montgomery Police Department's response. The original call came in at 7 p.m. as a typical disturbance. The caller, who was the captain of the Harriet, was very calm and not in distress. As additional calls were received, at 7:15 p.m., the call was dispatched to the Montgomery Police Department.
Why did it take out 15 minutes?
7:18, the first units, 4 Montgomery Police Department officers arrived on scene, with 3 shortly thereafter. 13 individuals were detained and brought to police headquarters for questioning and interviews. Those interviews lasted several hours. At that time, all parties involved were released pending further investigation, but were all given instructions on how to secure warrants on combatants. We have since consulted with and are
Anytime, bro,
continuing
brought
to
up.
work with
Anytime.
the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, our state police agency, the Montgomery's DA's office, and the local office of the FBI.
Mm.
This
They'll
investigation
turn
is
this into a hate
ongoing
crime.
and
At least they're
more
gonna try.
charges are likely. We encourage the public to continue to send us additional videos or evidence relating to this case. Those can be sent to Star Center at montgomeryal.gov or at our secret witness 334-625-4000.
Not secret witness.
The
Damn,
victims in
y'all.
this case, the co-captain, Mr. Damian Pickett, black male, and a 16-year-old white male juvenile who was struck
That
by
was
the
the
owners and
okay. So that was the
operators of the
first boy
private
in the
boat.
white shirt. Okay, I mean in
The
the blue shirt.
suspects thus far have been identified as Richard Roberts,
Hmm.
white male, 48 years old, with
Too
2
damn old for that.
outstanding warrants for assault, 3rd degree.
Oh, so he liked to fight.
Alan Todd, white male, 23 years old, 1 warrant for assault, 3rd degree. And Zachary Shipman, white male, 25 years old, 1 warrant for assault, 3rd degree.
Hmm.
We have instructed those
I'm gonna pull
individuals to
up, see
turn
how much they can
themselves
get for
into
them
law
charges.
enforcement, and as at this time, 1 is secured and in custody. The other 2 are set to turn themselves in within the next hour.
Now, why they get to turn themselves
We are
in?
also asking for
What
Mr.
am I
Reggie
saying? Because
Gray,
they crackers.
the black male, 42 years old, who was seen wielding that folding chair, to contact the Montgomery Police Department for further interviews and as part of this investigation. As the mayor said a minute ago, this investigation is ongoing and more charges are likely. We want to thank the public and the media for supplying the much needed evidence and video surveillance that we've received and that helped us to determine the facts as they happen. Keep in mind, when it initially took place, the police department didn't have the luxury of the videos that we all have seen now. The police department was acting on statements and witness statements that occurred as we arrived. Now that we have more information, again, more charges are pending. I'm available to answer your questions, but that sums up where we are at this
When I
time.
take mine too, when I tell you, mm-mm.
Not at this time. We know one individual has turned himself in. He is in the custody of the Selma Police Department. Again, I've worked with the Selma Police Department, and we've been working very closely with Chief Fulford over there. And Chief
Hmm.
Fulford contacted me just prior to this press conference and said one individual has turned himself in, and the other two are set to turn themselves in a little bit later. Now, the issue is we had multiple addresses in Selma and in Orange Beach.
Hmm.
So locating these individuals were a little bit challenging, but now we've made contact. We should be and will be bringing those individuals here for justice. Sir.
Chief Randy Scott, APTV. Saturday night, there was some video that shows some individuals being led away in handcuffs. Were those folks detained or were they released a little later after they were detained?
So on the night of the incident, the Montgomery Police Department detained 13 individuals for questioning
Mm.
and for further investigations. Those individuals were transported to police headquarters, in which at that time we were able to gain the much needed information we need and provide them with information on how to secure warrants for the
Mm.
information and for the acts that you saw live on TV.
Okay.
Can you identify yourself and thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So the co-captain, again, as the co-captain approached the dock and attempted to peacefully move the boat over just
Hmm.
enough so that that Harrier could
Oh, he
park,
untied that boat. That's when I
the
started
owners of the boat
screaming. I was like,
confronted him in a very
Lord.
hostile manner. There was words exchanged, and then it turned into a fistic encounter that you've all seen. So the co-captain was doing his job. He was simply trying to move the boat in just enough to where the cruise ship can park safely in
Yeah, because he
in
better
its
than me because I'd have kicked the
identified
damn. I'd have
location.
made sure that boat
However,
was moving. Believe
it
that.
quickly escalated into a fistic encounter.
Hmm. I'm petty with crackers. I don't really
So,
care.
as it relates to racial epithets in conversation and names being called, while the Harriet was still out in the water, there was a lot of, I've seen finger gestures and comments and innuendos made at a
Hmm.
distance. Of course, when the co-captain approached, that continued. But again, working with the local FBI, we did examine if there was enough to file hate crimes charges on this case. And again, we rely heavily on advice from the FBI.
Hmm.
We've also looked at what it takes to elevate this to a riot or inciting a riot. We've worked with our local district attorney, and it didn't fit the criteria for that. So the
Cool.
charges that we have pending on South Third at this time are appropriate charges for what we've seen and the behavior that we've seen on social media.
I mean, he answering these questions. He ain't bumbling and stumbling and I don't know and I can't say yet. I mean, he is answering these questions.
Yes, so the
Kudos,
four
sir.
warrants that secured are all members of the pontoon boat, and the attack on the co-captain. And there was an attack on a 16-year-old employee of the smaller vessel that
Oh, so
took the
y'all finna get it for
co-captain
beating on a child.
from the Harriet
Woo.
to the dock. That 16-year-old was assaulted by one of those members of that
Mm-hmm.
platoon boat, and his mother actually went signed warrants on one of those individuals. That individual was a 16-year-old white male employee of the smaller vessel that was operating in the river at that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So assault third is misdemeanor charges by statute, and the names of the individuals that's wanted is
Mm-mm.
Richard Roberts, Roberts. He's a white male, 48 years old. He has two warrants pending for assault third. Alan Todd, TODD, 23-year-old white male, has one warrant pending, and Zachary Shipman, Shipman, white male, 25 years old, he
Bunch of
has one
rednecks.
warrant pending. We have no knowledge at this time that this was something that was continued from prior incidents. This was a
Hmm.
standalone incident, again, that was brought to our attention and we acted on the information we had.
But you never know with them white folk. You never know.
I can tell you we looked at every avenue. There was no stone unturned. We examined this over a period of time, not only that night, but since that night. At this time, based on the way the statutes read and the way the laws are crafted, uh, we were unable to present any inciting a riot or racially biased charges at this time.
We need to know exactly what was said for that part.
I'm sorry? Okay, so the smaller vessel I mentioned, in which the co-captain was moved from the Harriet to the dock, was moved by a smaller vessel. A smaller vessel operating independently
Hmm.
in the river was able to pick up the co-captain and bring him to the dock so that he could work on moving the boats that were impeding the
Well,
docking of
well.
the Harriet. I do not have the information on the defendant that turned himself in. We do know that one has since been taken into custody by Selma PD, and
Mm.
the other two are en route to Selma now to turn themselves in. And of course, the Montgomery Police Department will do that transfer of those suspects for to be transported here to the city of Montgomery. So there was no signage at the time. However, the mooring area for the Harriet is
Hmm.
well defined by the dock itself, the area that's
See, that's what
further
I'm talking
out,
about. No
as well
respect
as
for
the
law
large
enforcement. None.
poles that the boat ties off to. Um, and you know what we do is the Harriet is parked there all the time. That boat is out there all the time. Individuals that utilize that river and that dock are very familiar with where that larger vessel is required to dock because of the mooring that's set up, as well as the gangplank areas that needs to be utilized to get those passengers on and off the vessel. Well, I'll say this. There were signs there over a period of time. The signs have either been removed or blown away several times. We are looking at a new strategy to post the signs where they're more permanently
Hmm.
attached and affixed.
Thank you. Move your boat. It's that simple. Stop these games. No respect. No respect.
Absolutely understand the question and the concern. That's why this department went above and beyond and looked under every stone for answers. And we reached out to not only ourselves internally, but we looked at our state and federal partners to consult with to see if we're right in line with the charges that's appropriate for the incident at hand. Well, first of all, this is not indicative of who we are as a city. The city
Okay.
of Montgomery is much better than that. Our people are fine people. We have plenty going on in terms of events. Look, that was a positive event. The Montgomery Public Schools and Hyundai Corporation getting together to do a back to school event. We had the boat operating in the river. We had folks downtown enjoying a good day.
Hmm.
That's what we're about here in the city of Montgomery. We're about a good time, enjoying ourselves, and being neighborly. So it was quite disturbing that we saw this type of activity happening. And that's why the Montgomery Police Department and all of our partnering agencies got together to make sure we're doing all we can to not only bring this case to a close, but prevent it from happening in the future. Alex?
I couldn't say that better.
It was. It was the
Well,
white
the
folk. The
co-captain
white
did
folk
receive treatment at a
came
local
cutting
hospital on the
up.
night of the event. That's the only knowledge that we have of anybody receiving any injuries or receiving treatment for injuries. Well, you know, we talk about conflict resolution and de-escalation all the time. We talk about that, and it's not only for kids, it's not only for teenagers and juveniles.
Oh, the
Everybody
conflict
needs to be
got
aware of
resolved,
conflict
bro. Don't
resolution
even.
and
There ain't no
de-escalation.
question
There's no
about that.
need for this
The
event
conflict
to
was
take the path
resolved.
it did.
Next time we say move your boat, or else.
Well, again, we have many, many more interviews to conduct. We're going to ask everyone that we previously
Ooh, I wish I
interviewed,
was
as
there for
well
them
as
interviews
the
because
videos
I
that
got
we were starting to
questions.
receive.
I
As
got
we
a whole degree
identify
in asking
additional
questions.
folks
Come
that we
on.
need to talk to, we'll ask them to come in and we'll try to locate them and do further investigation, see if charges are appropriate. Wait, let's go here and I'll come back to you. Well, my message is again, like I just said a minute ago, the people of Montgomery, and we're better than that, in that,
We ain't
that
gonna
we're a
better get
fun
no
city,
message.
and
She
we
can't
don't
really give
want
y'all
this
this
type of activity
information.
to
See,
share
we
the
go finna
dark
get off
eye of what
topic.
this city is all about. Again, we're going to do all we can, our due diligence, to ensure that this case is solved and put to rest, and that we don't have this type of activity going on in our city again. Sir?
Can you state your name and who you're with? With who?
Okay, so the individual wielding the folding chair has been identified as Mr.
Mm-mm.
Reggie Gray,
All right, Reggie.
black
Shout
male,
out to Reggie
42 years
Gray.
old. We're
Shout
again
out.
asking Mr. Reggie Gray to contact local
Cause
law
he put in
enforcement.
work, honey.
There's more interviews and for us to conduct with him, and I'm sure we'll be in contact with him in the very near future. We're asking him to reach out to us within the next
Mm-mm.
24
Bro,
hours
don't go
so we can
unrepresented
again
though. Don't do that.
sort through the issues with the folding chair and with what we all saw on social media as well.
There was no issue with that chair. That chair was working just fine.
Well, what I'll say to that is anyone involved that has
Y'all,
culpability
Reggie
for
put in work like he
violating
was
the
getting
law
paid to do that.
is subject to,
Like for real, for
uh,
real.
restrictions in terms of the law. So we're going to go where this investigation leads us. No one's off limits. We'll interview as many as we need. Again, on the night of the incident, we interviewed 13 that we were able to detain and transport to police headquarters. But again, I don't think we're near finished. We have a lot more work to do on this, and we'll continue to inform the public and the media on our progress.
Okay. We appreciate that.
There was no damage reported at this time.
Okay.
Sir?
So what y'all gonna do with the pontoon boat? That's what I want to know.
Well, great question regarding resources. The Montgomery Police Department is fully functional and able to handle this investigation. We do thank our local, state, and federal partners for their contribution to this investigation. We'll continue to lean on them as needed. Again, I've worked with and been in constant contact with Chief Fulford over in Selma, and
Mm.
we'll continue to do
Yeah,
so
we can
with
always do
wherever
that. Any
takes.
white
Wherever
folk
this
tearing up stuff.
investigation takes us and leads us, we'll be in contact with those
Oh
individuals
yeah,
if
yeah.
it
You
helps.
right. You right. We the ones be tearing up stuff. You right. Let them tell it. You right.
So the question is about the large event. So the large event that was going on was the amphitheater, again at the train shed, and then a parking lot just outside of the river. So we had officers already assigned to the area.
Don't let me find out the
And to
police
talk
chief know what's
about the
going
time the
on in the
call came
city.
in versus the
Don't let
time
me
it was
find out.
dispatched. So the call came in for 7. It wasn't dispatched because of the way the call came in. The Riverboat pilot was very calm. He just said it was a disturbance. As more calls came in and the call takers asked
Mm-hmm.
more appropriate questions, the call was dispatched at
Oh,
7:15, and
yeah, he
within
was gonna
10
let them
minutes,
put
the
in that
first 4
work, and that was
officers
gonna
were
be
on
the end
scene,
of
and
it.
immediately following that, 3
He was gonna
additional
keep that
officers were on
old
scene,
school.
totaling 7. So the response was adequate, was timely, based on the information received from the communication division. Teresa, what I'll tell you is that based on the elements of this crime, those elements did not exist. No, I don't. Of course, they'll have their day in court. We're going to be
Yeah, I'm gonna need
transported
somebody
from
to cover
Selma
that. We gonna
over
need
here to
that. We gonna need
Montgomery,
that
and then they'll
footage.
face the court system here in the
I
state of
don't want to have to
Alabama.
take a road trip.
So I don't have a
Alabama ain't far
timeline
from
for
North
you, but
Carolina.
again, we're still waiting on 2 additional subjects to turn themselves in. Again,
Slide
that's
over to
supposed to
Memphis and
happen
get me some
within
ribs.
the hour. So we're waiting on those as well, and then we'll work on the transport from where they are to get them back here in our jurisdiction. Yes, sir. They'll be posted. Be made available to all media.
Mm, I want the mug shots.
Once contact is made with law enforcement, they'll be placed under arrest and provided their Miranda warnings as appropriate.
You know what? You know what, real bravado? They really did. There was a whole business being operated, a whole disturbance, and conflict resolution without a single shot being fired. Is it through the DA?
I don't
Cause he
think you can
little.
judge any community by any one incident. As Chief said before, this is not indicative of who we are. As a matter of fact, the people on the pontoon boat are not residents of Montgomery. So I think
See,
it's
now you gonna
important for
come
us
visit
to
cutting up.
address this as an isolated incident, one that was avoidable, and one that was brought on by individuals who chose the wrong path of action. From the time they were notified that they were in the vicinity of where the Harriet parks, to how they responded to when they were given the second notice
Hmm.
of that. So this is not indicative of our community at all, and I think people will view this as the actions of a few individuals and not characterize the entire community. All right.
I know it
Well,
was it
listen,
was
with
it
that, we
was
want
it
to
was the
thank. Go
cameraman
ahead.
how he went
So,
from way up here to
and
way
in
down here.
closing, I just want
See
to,
that's cold living right there.
appeal to
That's
the public
cold.
that this incident is isolated. It will be over soon. We're going to continue our investigation until we put this to rest.
Hey, investigate, honey.
But make no
I'm just
mistake,
saying I'm ready
our
for the mud
Fusion
shots.
Center, our state police, our partnering agencies, we're all paying attention to what's going on. And in terms of any possible retaliatory acts, don't come here with it.
Yeah,
We're not going to
the
tolerate
cameraman
it.
was dead
We
wrong for that.
will be active, we will be aggressive, and we will not allow this type of behavior in our city. That's the message to the community. And again, thank everyone, thank the public. Please continue to send us those bits and pieces of video that you have out there. We're
Please
reviewing
do.
each and every one
Please
of them for
do. 'Cause I need
content,
to see who else
and we
gonna
will
get worked
utilize
over.
those as best needed. Thank you very much.
Cause I'm sorry, that white lady.
Again, we want to thank everyone in the community
Yeah,
for
this
their help
cold
and
right here. This
involvement
is
in
some
this.
cold coverage.
Many who have shared information with us via social media and other forms of communication. We also want to thank again our first responders for their reaction and work that they do each and every day to protect and serve this community. And we want to thank all of you
I want to know
for
did anybody get
covering this
seriously hurt,
incident and certainly
like for
making
real,
sure
on
that
a
it's
serious
thorough in
note.
the accounting of how the incidents took place and where we go from here. Again, as Chief mentioned, this investigation is ongoing, and as there are new developments, we'll make sure to inform you of those. So thank you
All
so much, and
right,
I'll conclude this press conference.
I
Thank
will
you.
do that. Let's see what we got. I'm just saying, like, I want to know did anybody get seriously hurt. Mm, mm, mm.
If it's Tuesday, former President Trump going on offense
Oh
on the
no.
trail while on
That's a whole nother, y'all. That's a whole nother subject. I'm gonna leave that alone because I got some thoughts on this Trump situation. All right, then check the cash out. Let me see what's going on. Right, what we got notes. Oh, thank you so much, Real Bravado. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Y'all, I got my first cash out. Oh, don't make me cry. I'm serious, y'all. Guys, I am so, so appreciative of your support. Again, thank you so much. As y'all can tell, I'm new. I'm just getting started, trying to get my confidence up, my comfort with the camera. I appreciate you guys sticking through this with me and Real Bravado. Again, I truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. But you know what? Matter of fact, you know what? Y'all want to come on up and we can chit chat. Cause like again, as black people and not as my daddy would say, niggas, I really want to know what y'all think as far as what we thank you, Mona. What is this in the grand scheme of things? What is this? Is this just we got some had an opportunity to get some frustration off, or was it a blowing off steam moment and now we can work on the big picture? Like I want to know because again, I don't think it started as oh this Negro is not finna try to tell me what to do. I think if it had been anybody, any color, that's was what was gonna come out their mouth because that's what they do. But again, what do y'all think? I mean, it. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to go back to the white lady. She got worked over, y'all. She got worked. But I don't. And I was just sitting here like she deserved it because she definitely contributed to that whole thing getting getting popped off. Because you as you see her coming down the thing, I'm sure she was doing this right here, and they was like, yeah, yeah, and I pay my money too, and the woo 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 woo, and I'm a citizen, and y'all ain't gonna be telling me, and y'all know how they do when they get drunk and belligerent. Oh, thank you, Team Peterson. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I that's their mindset. So then when people started commenting and then what I'm saying, because I'm sure they was assuming this guy was just like we did. And what's his name? Oh y'all, what was that? Oh, I forgot his name, name it fast. Uh yeah, Mr. Co-captain. Like, yeah, bruh, they came with you wrong. But I'm going come on, Real Bravado. Come on up in here. Hey,
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm good. What's going on?
Look, you were on my stream this afternoon. Yeah, I found.
I
I don't
was.
know where I've been at in the last 48 hours, but I found out about this stuff 5 minutes before I went live.
Oh,
This
for
was.
real?
I'm like, where in the world have I been?
Like, okay, so I started hearing about it yesterday. Cause what was I doing? Anyway, because I had to go check on my mom. She's in a facility. She had a
Mhm.
stroke and a heart attack, so had to go check on her, make sure she was good, and then I had to check on my dad. So I had things to do. So when I was hearing a little chitter chatter Sunday night, and I was like, some folks was fighting on the boat. Okay, all right, whatever. Then as yesterday kept going, it was much, and I was like, wait a minute, this is real. So then when Angry Man came on, I was like, well, if anybody got the real info, it's Angry Man. Let me. So I'm like this. So that
Wait a
was
minute.
like early yesterday afternoon,
Angry Man
and
talked about it.
he did. But what happened was he started out talking about it, but then you got goofy people, and he got off. He had to go bring full Angry Man out the closet because they was like, "Oh, you trying to coon and you this and you that and the woo," because he was like, "I don't think this is a completely racial episode." So in him, trying to get them straight, we went completely opposite, and I had to do some research. So when I got off, that's around the time when that first video that I showed where the woman was on the boat, that's when that first came out because it premiered on like the local 6 o'clock news. So I was like, whoa, this a whole situation. So then I just kept trying to figure out what was going on. And then Jason came on. He actually, I guess because he usually comes on at 8. He came on like more like 9:30ish. But when he came, he was like, "Look, y'all, I had to get the receipts." And that's where the other he had so much stuff, and he was bringing it so close together that YouTube cut the first stream. That what
What?
I showed in this one was
So
actually
Jason Black
stream.
brought it up.
His whole show was last night was about that, and he was like, black men, you can't be nice, because being nice is just gonna it's gonna keep you in the situation that you in. So that was his angle on it, and when I tell you,
I don't know how I missed all of that. I didn't know, and normally I have my notifications set. I mean, I was working on my own stuff, so I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I saw notifications, but I wasn't paying attention to it, and then I got distracted, and so I was completely in the dark on my stream about what was all going on or what happened or why, and I don't think initially it was about a race thing. I mean, just from the few seconds of the clip, I think it turned into that when they decided to go ahead and try to, jump on the brother all at once. Like 4 or 5 of them at once jumped him because they didn't like the fact that they had to move a boat. And then it became, they were like, we're not going to have a repeat of something out of Mississippi burning. We're not doing that.
Easy, because they had no problem in Alabama, child. We don't, they don't need no more.
They don't need no more car. And it's funny, I didn't know that this was like close to Selma. I heard I don't know, was it the police chief talking about one of the guys got arrested over in Selma?
Yeah, because that's where he didn't even live where this took place. They had to, because he said they had a couple addresses. They had to go find him. And then, in a lot of places when you have an incident, like let's say where I live in Mecklenburg County, but let's say there was I got into some trouble in the next county over, which is Cabarrus County, which is literally like if I stand on my roof, I can look down into Cabarrus County. But if they Cabarrus County wanted to come get me, they have to go through Mecklenburg police. They can't just come to my house and snatch me up.
Are you in Alabama?
No, I'm in North Carolina. So I really ain't that far from Alabama. I just need to cut through Georgia and then on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, that's usually how I go. They got to contact that precinct. But it's kind of funny that Selma, of all places, had to go get one of their good old boys. Hilarious.
Turnabout is fair play. They've been snatching us up and doing us dirty. So I mean, you want to set it off? It's set off. Let's do this.
Now, for those that are on the extreme version of the Trump side and that's begging for a race war, this should serve notice.
It should.
That we ain't having it. And then what I found interesting is when the white woman tried to get physical with the brother. And then she got yoked up, and then here come Captain Good Old Boy to save his good old white woman. You know what I mean? And that was hilarious to me that white woman felt so entitled to try to physically assault that brother like nothing was going to happen to her.
Right.
The mindset, and I know this is not about race, but it turned into a black-white thing.
It really did.
They turned into a black-white thing because of their entitlement. Like they own everything. Like they have a right to everything that everybody else need to step aside. That's that whole, you see a white man coming down the street, you better cross the street because to stay out of it because they don't want to
stay out of their way type of nonsense.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, they still operate like that, and I'll be like, child, it's still some towns here in North Carolina that's on that same nonsense, and I'll be like, they take taxes out of my check just like they take them out of yours.
Right.
A matter of fact, the county that I live in is the highest tax rate in this whole state, so I know I'm not finna come to Rinky Dink Mayberry and you gonna tell me about what to do. No, I'm good.
I like that. There's a sound clip when that brother, threw his hat off.
Yes.
That sound clip to go at this moment. He knew he fucked up.
Exactly. Because you know what, like I've never seen that and saying that type, but I've heard my dad, my granddad talk about that literally used to for real be the symbol. Like I don't need I tried, forget it, let's go. Yeah,
that brother threw his hat off. I said, oh my God. When he threw that hat off, he said, oh, I know what he said. Okay, you want to go? Let's go.
For real. Exactly. And I was just like, but like I said, we didn't know into this press conference that he wasn't no security guard. He was the
Yeah,
co-captain of the
he was
boat, and they had to send a boat. The fact they even had to send another boat out to get him to bring him back. I mean, they had been trying to get them to move that boat
for a long time. Yeah, we
Mhm.
got to stop calling him a security guard now and call him what he is. He's the captain.
Exactly. We got to put some respect, as Birdman said, put some respect on it.
Put some respect on that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just want to come and talk about this because I'm so fascinated by this. I don't know why I'm
Mm,
overly fascinated, but this was great.
I know
This
exactly what you mean.
this was fantastic. And I know it should be like gloating about this and because it's a mob thing, but you get sick and tired of people, not just like people who just got this entitlement thing, like they can just talk to you any kind of way, put their hands on you if they so choose to, and
hmm
nothing is supposed to happen to them.
Right.
Like he was supposed to take whatever. He was supposed to get pushed and not do nothing. Man,
Right. Like he just is supposed to stand there and take it, even though you're impeding his progress. Because again,
nah, man,
that
I ain't
that
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 dude.
boat is on a schedule, and you have to buy tickets and that kind of stuff to be on there. Like you said, you get 2 hours, so you have to get on. They got to take off. They got to serve you your dinner because it was actually a dinner cruise. Serve your dinner, get all them dishes in place and all that stuff back, get everything cleared off, and bring you back and on to the next one. And then you got them out there floating, just you spinning because you playing with this pontoon boat. We can't do that. You costing us money.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Mm-mm.
just want to come up and show you some love, especially on this topic. This is great. But what got me was that dude, that guy that jumped into. Well, I don't even want to call him a guy no more. That the brother that jumped into the water. He was 16.
Yeah, it was him, and then because he actually was working on the dinner cruise, and
Yeah.
then like when the fight first starts, like when he swings on him, and then you see that other little white boy
Uh
that tries to get, and he gets swatted off.
huh.
He was a minor as well, and he was working there, and so like I said, at that point for me, I was like, yeah, that it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, cause dude was black. It was because they was trying to bring some order and tell them about what to do.
Yeah, and that 16-year-old brother boy, look, our kids, man, they not look,
They not having it.
they
They not
not
having
having
it.
it. That 16, his mama, nobody could have stopped it. That boy went over the ledge into that
Jumped in that
water.
dirty, right? Jumped in that dirty water because y'all know the water wasn't clean.
Yeah, call him Black Aquaman. That's great. The little young man. That's
Exactly, because I mean, I know grown people that can't swim. I'm talking about like 65, 70-year-old
yeah,
black people
can't
that
swim.
can't swim.
Yeah, I thought that was a grown man, but that was a teenage,
I
a
mean, and
teenage young
he
man.
whoosh, because it's another video from somebody who was recording from the boat where they actually I gotta find it and I'll see if I can do a short or something where they actually see he was like, nah, I can't, and jumps in.
Oh,
Because like usually the
showing him
ones we
jumping in,
seeing, he's already in the water, but this one I saw last time was actually him jumping in. He was like, yeah,
jumping in
I
the water,
can't.
going down and going after. He was like, I'm about that life, boy. They lucky. They lucky that they got into it. The reason why there was no shots fired because it's the what's the generation after Gen X, which is my generation. I'm not Gen X, but I'm a Gen X kid.
Was it millennials?
Kind of. I'm right before millennial. I'm like on the verge of. I'm on the
Let me
tail
think,
end
cause
of. I'm actually on the tail end of Gen X because Gen X
okay.
kind of went through like 75. I was born in like 77,
I
so
think
it's
we
like,
still counted as Gen X. I think Gen X.
are
I think
we?
they officially stopped it at like 80. It was officially stopped at 81 because my sister was born at 81, so she was like right at
We're on the cut. Yeah, we're on the
yeah.
on the
She
other
yeah, because
end
she
of
was
that
a Thanksgiving baby, so she
because
barely made it.
my mom is a full blooded Gen Xer. She was born in the late 60s and all that.
Okay.
I'm the first generation of the teenage mama boom. So
Oh wow. Okay.
we got a lot of
Well.
overlap because I got me who's still I guess technically considered Gen Xer, and my
Mhm.
baby sister is a millennial.
Whoa. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So our generation, they're lucky it was our generation out there throwing them both because we grew up using fists.
Yeah.
Let that be in the generation behind us.
Behind us, child, all through, yeah, all up and through. Child, they just shot up the pontoon boat. They would have had to
Everything.
worry about that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this would
yeah.
have
The
been a
Harriet would have
whole
been out of
different story.
commission for we don't even know how long.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
would have been a
it would
whole
have been a
different
hot mess.
story.
But
It would have been,
again, you can. This shows that you can have disorder and you can bring order without having to resort to, you know what I'm saying, popping off.
yeah.
So I mean, let's take it back to the old school. I mean, what the old boy saying Friday? You know what I'm saying? Put your dukes up. You know what I'm saying? And you'll live to fight another day.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Yeah, so
let's
I
get it.
hope this serves as a warning to anybody else who want to go ahead and try us like that. But I want us to get that kind of energy for getting our crap back together as a unit.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't want nobody. I don't want us to actually have to, it take like a swarm of like life and death with a mob, white mob,
Mhm.
for us to because none of them black folks knew each other. Not really, you know what I mean? But we need to get to a point where it's more than just, oh, this brother's being beat up by a bunch of white folks, for us to kind of coalesce and get on one accord.
Right.
So
Yeah.
as much as I'm happy about that and that it happened that way and it's tickling and Black America is all full of pride today, boy. We
Yeah, I'm
all
trying
full of
to tell
pride,
you. I'm
but we need
trying.
to be
Yeah.
prideful about there's other work to be done. Other than that, there's other work to be done.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get off here and let you and give you your stream back because I can hijack the hell out of somebody's
Hey,
stream.
I'm here for it. I went 5.5 the other night.
Well,
So
5.5 what?
hours. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I was
Oh
like, okay,
no!
yeah. My brother came on, and we was just going back. And when I looked up, it was like 4 hours, and then I was like, I'm just gonna round it off, and
Look,
then went off
when
on
I
a
hit that
tangent, and
2 hour
it was
mark,
like 5.5.
I get that 2 hour mark, my leg gets to jittery, and I'll be like, man, I'm ready to go. Conversation be good in the mug, and I'll be like, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. I
Yeah,
can't
because
because
we kind of started going all over the place, but then I was like, I need to clip some of this up because there was some good points in there.
yeah,
Mhm.
I run out of stuff to talk about. No, I don't run out of stuff to talk about. I get tired of talking.
Yeah, I know how because I talk all for a living all day long and say the
Yeah,
same thing to
yeah.
entitled white folks. So I completely understand where them people was coming from. I do. Because you be like, okay, look, this is what we need to do. Well, this is what you need to do. This is what you should have done. But they be like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Okay, well, you did that and it didn't work. So again, if you want me to make sure you get paid, you need to do this. And then they just be like, nah. And I'd be like, well. So I get
Absolutely.
it all day long. I get it.
Well, from the entitled white folk.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I work in the look,
Hmm.
and as much as I like doing this YouTube thing, and I don't make a lot of money from it, make very little money on it, to be truth be told, I still got to keep my two jobs, and everybody, most in both jobs that I have, the workforce is predominantly white, black, but the management team, is Caucasian.
They love that. They love it.
Yeah, and so people love me at my job because I have no look. When you get over 40,
Mm,
you really start to understand that there's not a whole lot that people can do to destroy you because
exactly.
you done been there, done that. So while I am not. People like me at my job because I don't have the fear that they have, and they always get amped up because they think, oh, TJ gonna check them. I said, listen, I'm not in the business of checking anyone. I'm in
Mm-mm.
the business of making sure that we don't cross the line when you're talking to me. And I don't
Mhm.
have any fear of that. And white folk love. This is what I tell people all the time. White folk really love to little boy you at any chance that they get.
Ooh, yes,
And
they do.
so I tell people that are, we got some folk out here who get all like buddy with white boys. And there's some good white men out here and stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
always remind people, do not forget that's still a white man. And the
Yeah, because if
moment
it comes down to them or you,
yeah. And the moment you cross those white men, I say every white man, I don't care how good you think he is.
mhm.
Every white man, if you cross a certain line with him, he will go ahead and remind you and make the attempt to little boy you. Shannon Sharp, the NFL Hall of Famer, found out the
Mhm.
hard way about his co-host.
He did. He
He
did.
thought he thought his co-host Skip Bayless was this great, phenomenal white boy with a big heart and all this, that, and the third. And Shannon Sharp was going in on that quarterback and that white quarterback, and Skip had enough, and he took a grown, strong man.
Mhm. And try to
Shannon
turn him
Sharp
into a 3-year-old.
and talk to him like he was a 3-year-old, little boyed him. So I tell
Mhm.
people all the time, I don't care how cool some white people are, don't get comfortable with them. Remember, it's their nature.
Exactly. And
Their
I'm
nature.
noticing black women are starting to try to adopt it.
Adopt what?
that trying to turn black men into little kids.
Oh,
Like,
boys. Oh, that's been going on for a long time. Don't you little boy me. Oh, and the sisters at the job hate me, boy. Ooh. Um,
mm.
what you see, what you do on my stream, what you see, how you see me on my streams, I act that way. I actually act that way.
I mean, hey, I have no, I and I was talking about this the other day with a friend of mine. I have only been around masculinity. Like my dad, I'm gonna see if I can drag him on for my birthday stream Saturday. A real man, like you. This my house. This is how this gonna go down. You can either get with it or find somewhere else to be. My
Yeah.
grandfather, my mother's father, like same thing. Like he literally built, like you were talking about that the other day. He literally built that house for my grandma from scratch. But if you go
Mhm.
over there, my grandmother's been dead 10 years. If you go over there right now, this is your grandma's house. Like my
Yep.
grandma was so cool. We didn't call her grandmama. We called her Grammy, which is French for grandmother, because she was on like 50, she was 15 when she had my mama. My mama was 22 when she had me. So yeah, really wasn't that much older. But yeah, to this day, this your grandma's house.
A
Like
lot of our,
come
believe
in
it or
here and
not,
act
Alma
right.
and eyes, a lot of our women have the lady that I was seeing, they're not
Mhm.
accustomed. A lot of our women, a woman under the age of 50 is not accustomed to interacting with a man that's 10 toes down. They find that
They
man
not.
overbearing, they find him
They not.
controlling, and their first response to him is to fight him.
Mhm.
I told a sister about a week or so on the job, she got real like, what's the word that my people like the young folk use? Saucy. Is that it? With
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her and I told her, I said, first of all, lady, you should know better. Second of all, don't talk to me like you can whoop my ass. We at work.
Yeah.
Don't you
Don't
talk to me
don't
like you can
mm,
whoop my ass.
don't FAFO.
Yes. And she was like, how dare you? I said, look, we can either have this conversation. I said, you're gonna regulate your tone and have this conversation, or you're gonna move around. I said that don't,
Mhm.
and I said, and I'm not gonna tell you a second time. I said, because F this job.
Yeah. It's
And,
not.
and that and so a lot of our sisters are they're not accustomed to that. They're not accustomed to hearing it, feeling it, because too many of our sisters have been running their own show, their own too long. And most of the guys that they deal with are guys that they gotta, let's be honest, they gotta provide and take care of.
But see, that's what, as my brother would say, that's so that they can have leverage.
Yeah, or they ain't got none over here.
I can dig it.
They ain't got none over here. You know, no. I'm just like that man in that video. I'm the captain over here.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that I'm some control freak or nothing like that. That don't mean I want my foot on your neck. That doesn't mean that.
Because
It
that's
just
taking
means
away time from what you got to do if you're gonna spend
right.
all your time trying to control what I'm doing. Like
Yeah,
I don't get that. Because I'm just saying, again, I'll be 45 in a couple of days, and it's a lot going on. Like I'm trying to have my life, and then see getting to the point your parents sick. Like I said, my mom, she's holding her own, but she's not really putting in the work that she needs to. And then my dad, I'm saying, this is be 3 years in December, I'm saying, in remission from prostate cancer. Like I got real stuff going on. So I don't
right.
have time to be, trying to take on some little kid I got to try to raise and make sure that he don't surpass me because I'm gonna feel like he want to feel like I need masculinity up in here. Like come in here and be like, look, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, but I need you to do this, and this, and I can stop having to bother with these people every day on this job and worrying about, what I'm saying, how much am
That's
I
the
gonna put
point.
on this? Am I gonna do this over here? You do your thing. I'm gonna back you up, and I'm gonna keep moving because
I
again,
was
that's
talking to
all I've seen.
a lady friend last night from I don't live in my home state anymore, but
Mhm.
she's from my home state, and she was just talking to me. She has two little boys at home, both with this. She actually has three kids, three different baby daddies, but she has actually two little
Oh
boys
Lord.
under 12 at home. I don't know what she was thinking because her daughter's good and grown, and all of a sudden she popped out two boys back to back after having a grown daughter. I don't know who does that, but that's what she did.
Oh, there's a lot
And
of them doing that
and then so she's over
nonsense.
there raising them boys by herself. She's working two jobs, trying to keep up with these
Mm-mm,
preteen boys. And she was just
mm-mm.
telling me how exhausted she is. And I told her, I said, you are sitting around here frustrated, anxiety. She got like a, what you call that, a dog to keep her anxiety in order. She got it,
She got a service dog.
got a service dog, smoking
Oh
all this
Lord.
weed because she all anxiety and got all this stress going on. And so I told her when she was talking to me about the level of stress, and I told her this, and she's so she's such a feminist. She's like the prototypical feminist, like the bark and yell, shout you down. I can do it for F men. I mean, she's full blown. So talking to her is like, it's comic relief to me a lot of times. But whenever she talks about her stress level, I tell her this all the time. This is why you should find somebody and get in cooperation with them.
Amen to that.
I said, because if you found a guy that you can come into cooperation with, you wouldn't be under this amount of stress.
Not at all.
And you wouldn't be working like a dog. Your body's breaking down, and you out here stressed out because you're trying to do 50 million things which you're not designed to do. And
not at all.
And then she goes right into her, well, men is this and men is that. I said, hey. Stop talking about the men that you keep choosing. Don't be lumping all of us up in that. You know, I say you are pissed off. I said it on my stream today. You pissed off because the men that you actually like and attracted to and gave up the yams to, it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to turn out. And I said, and now you want to get mad at everybody else for your stressful outcome. And I told her, she calls herself a Christian. I said, now if you're a Christian, let me tell you.
There's nothing Christian like about what you just said. She spouting out.
And I said, if you're a Christian woman, I said, let me tell you something. While you sit up here talking about what you got to be attracted to and what you got to be in love with, and I had a reminder, love is not a feeling, it's an action, it's a verb.
Exactly.
And I said, the Bible does not place the requirement of loving a woman loving a man.
No.
It places the requirement to honor and respect. The love part is placed on the man. Love your wife as you should love the Lord.
Right.
He's required to love you because a man can't take care of something that he's not in love with.
Exactly.
We're not built that way. You're only required to respect and honor him. And I said, you need to find a man you can respect and honor. Fuck if you love him or not. And I said to her, and all he has to be physically is somebody that you can lay with and give it to him in the dark. He's got to be fine in the dark.
Ain't that the truth? Child.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got it.
No, you're right. You absolutely right.
I talked about Martin Luther King today, and I was like, look, he was like 5'6". The man looked like a pit bull in the face, but his wife was fine. And the sisters today wouldn't take him. I know we kind of going off track and stuff like that.
But it's all right.
Yeah. Definitely. Is that Theo in the building?
It is. Hey, Theo. What's up, Spoken Talk? Hey, Selena. Thanks for stopping by.
Mr. Do Better podcast himself.
I know, man. Theo,
no, but I'm excited. This is actually a good feel-good day for Black folk. We can mark this in the calendar. This is our Juneteenth part 2.
Hey, but I mean, you know what? Honestly, where I am, Juneteenth is always like the highest amount of red rum and we got amongst ourselves for the year.
Right. You know, speaking of Juneteenth, like I come from Wisconsin, a small little town called Racine, and Juneteenth has always been a thing. So when I left, you know, my state and my city and all this other stuff and realized that no one knew what it was, that blew my mind. That it blew my mind that only pockets of places in this country actually know what Juneteenth is. There are Black folk who didn't know what Juneteenth was.
I believe it. I believe that.
Had no idea.
I believe it.
No idea. I'm gonna get going. I wanted to come on and bless your stream a little bit, chop it up with you, and enjoy, especially about this subject. This is great.
All right, I do appreciate you coming by, and thank you so much for the support.
No problem. You have a good night. I'm gonna go back on my couch and keep watching.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, y'all. Again, you guys, thank you so much for your support. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. The white lady the old white lady get worked over. That has just made my day, because like she deserved that, because she was coming in the exact spirit that we didn't need. She was trying to validate them rednecks, them crackers, coming and being disruptive, and as usual, having no respect for law enforcement of any kind. But if anybody else wants to come up, feel free to do so. We can chop it up a little bit. But again, I really hope that this episode is not just, we getting our physical frustration, but actually use that as a catalyst to invoke some real long lasting change. I mean that's what we need because I have consistently been on most of you guys stream and said that we as Black people need to come together and get some legislation. We need to put our resources together and push getting legislation that's going to benefit us as a people on the books. Stop trying to use everybody's stuff that's, earmarked for everybody else and trying to roll it and figure out how to make it for us. We need stuff on the books for us. Everybody else can get it done. We need to come together and get it done. And maybe this can be the spark that we need to try to pull it together. I mean, that's where I am with it. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I know folks been on all day long. It's way time for us to collaborate. Anybody got any ideas on where we need to start? I mean, I know reparations is a big one, but let's just work on the premise of we not gonna get it, at least not in our lifetime. So what can we work and ask for now that we can actually get on the books and functional before we start pushing up daisies? That's I think that's where we need to put our focus because as long as America's pumping out all this money to these other people for all this other stuff that went on back in the day, they're not gonna give us anything. So we need stuff that's gonna benefit us now. So we need to figure out what it is we need to do on that end, and we got to realize that we got to leave some people. Some people are just stuck on being stupid, and that's just what it is. But I really think we need to start with getting our Black men together and like really having a discussion. What is it that you need that you haven't gotten? I mean, we know the preliminary stuff, but I mean like on a deeper level. Um, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, well, whatever ideas you got, real bravado. I mean, I'm definitely for the conversation, because I mean, we need logical, and I'm gonna say this. I'm trying not to offend adult, non-emotional Black men, such as most of you guys on this stream that can compile what it is you need and then turn around and be able to articulate it without getting emotional as soon as somebody, I'm saying, doesn't agree with it. Because I was having this conversation with my sister the other day. I've been noticing it's a lot of emotional men out here. Like as a woman, I've been in conversations with some Black males where they have completely gone off the deep end, and I'm looking like this is not like what happened. This is not even, we haven't even gotten to the meat. We still cutting the gristle off the steak, and you ready to have a stroke. And I haven't said anything. Like I've seen this on a couple of other people's streams where it'll be a statement, and they'll be like, "Well, no, it's this," and then it'll be 4 or 5 other people be like, "Well, I don't really see it like that. I see it like this," and they'll be in agreement, and then and y'all don't, and see, this is wild, and I'll be like, "Is that a woman?" And it'll be a grown man, and I mean, he will be revved up and frantic and hysterical, just like some 20-year-old hyena that wasn't able to get the wig she wanted. Like we gotta realize that we might, Black men, you probably gonna have to leave them behind because it's gonna be too much work to try to deprogram them and get them up to speed and still be on, the mission to get what it is you need. So I mean, if y'all comfortable with that, then I mean that's good. If you're not, you're probably one of the ones we gonna need to leave behind. But we need to use this episode, use this event as a catalyst to get some stuff on the books that's going to benefit us immediately. First thing we got to do is get rid of these Democrats. I'm sorry, but I, no, this is not working. It's not working. It is not working. I'm going to record one more time. It is not working. Let's Black people You are actually in a worse state now than you were prior to this Democratic administration. You didn't like, you know what I'm saying, 45, but I actually did better with less money with 45 than I'm doing with more money with 46. I mean, math is math, and it math. So it is what it is. But we back to what I was saying. We as black people, we got to figure out what it is we want, how we gonna get it, and then once we get it, what is our plan to make sure it's working for us? The small hat people do it. The Asians do it. The Mexicans do it. Everybody figuring that the Ukrainians over here doing it. So what we gonna do? Because again, the avenue is there. We just need to decide we're gonna take that road, and that's what it is. Okay, Team Peterson, you said we need a big collaboration. In what way? What do you mean? What do you mean by big? Yeah, man. You know what, real brother. You know they get sensitive. I mean, because I was watching Candace Owens the other day, and she made a good point because she was talking about the Jamie Foxx situation, and I really don't know enough about that to really make a whole lot of comments on it. But she was like, I mean, so the small hat people actually own the word they, because apparently there was some post he put up, and he said something about they killed Jesus or something, yada yada ye. Didn't mention the small hat people, didn't call them by their regular, you know what I'm saying, J name. It said they. So she was like, so now he's an anti-Semitic and all this different kind of stuff. And she was like, so y'all own the word they now? So we don't call them small hat people. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So again, they getting all they want. It's time for us to get what we want and what we need. We not even at want. We at need. We are at need. So yeah, we need to get together and figure out what it is that we must have right now and get it, get it on books. So I mean, all you NBA players, all you NFL players, all you baseball players, all you entertainers, like y'all need to come together. Because I mean, a lot of y'all is just that entertainment, but then some of y'all, I think, you know what? I just had a thought, y'all. I think a lot of these entertainers don't come forth with support because we get to digging in they books and they paperwork, they kind of not as financially secure as you would think. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's because in politics, folks bring your dirt out. So yeah, we get to digging in some of these people bank accounts and checking the statements. It's not gonna come together right. But yeah, rainbow people, they get what they want. And while we are in support of that, I'm so tired of that. Cause now at first, it was mainly, what I'm saying, the B dubs. Now I'm seeing a lot of black men jumping on the we need to support them and get them what they need tip. Mm-mm. Mm. Why? It's not normal behavior. So why would you be in alignment with them getting what they need and they on the side that's saying we can just get rid of you altogether. We don't need you at all. We're gonna do whatever we can to make sure you stay at the bottom of the barrel. So yeah, this whole um phenomenon with the black men supporting the rainbow. I don't, and in the way they jumped on Neo. Now I am gonna get into that. That's probably gonna be this weekend. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm gonna try to drag my daddy on because he'll be here. His whole interview, because I actually found it and it's like 4 parts, but they're not real long. But the way they clipped up and cut up his response and tried to turn it like the whole interview was about, what I'm saying, the rainbow people, that ain't what happened. That is not what happened. And I was just so, because yesterday I was hurt when Candace Owens came on, but I am going to do a review on that. So y'all stay tuned for that tomorrow. And she was, talking about how he had, apologized for, what. I was like, now wait, something's wrong. First of all, he don't need money that bad. Because if you turn on the radio, the majority of what you're going to hear, he wrote. He ain't singing it, but he wrote it. He been writing all the way back since Boys to Me in Motown Philly. He wrote half of that album. Neo's good. Okay. So when you're saying the whole situation came out Sunday night, and I was like, yeah, this is my dude. You know, I always rock with Neo. And then she came on and she was like, yeah, he done, bow down and apologized. I was like, wait, something's wrong with this. I can't. This is just that ain't the Neo I know. I have all of the albums. Every last one of them. He's coming to town in September. I got my tickets. I'm gonna be on row 4. I'm serious about what's going on. Row 4 for the Neo concert. I might stream live from there. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was like, this is just not the Neo I know. And then this morning he dropped Instagram and he was like, that wasn't me, that was my publicist. And yeah, she don't work here no more. And I ain't backtracking on nothing I had to say about the people. And I was like, see, that's the dude I know. Yes, power to the people. So y'all, if y'all make sure y'all get you some Neo. If he coming to your town, make sure you get some tickets. Neo concert is always fantastic. Like I have driven to Texas to see Neo. Yeah, that's my dude. But yeah, I'm gonna do a review on his whole situation with the what did he call him? LBGTQIZ. Yo, when I tell you he had their name this long, I was in here weak. But yeah, he was like, I'm not backtracking nothing. I stand by everything I said, and that's what it's gonna be. So yeah, that's the type of masculinity and type of people. If we were actually to get this movement going, he would be one of the people we could count on for some support because he's not backing down from what he's saying. Those are the type of folk we need. So let me see. Real bravado say, you got that bag. Is it 75,000 a month in child support? Okay, see now, it's a couple problems with that. First of all, nobody needs $75,000 a month. I only make that in a year, and that amount's predicated on his contract. As we do know, most of these NBA contracts are not guaranteed. So he get hurt, get cut. Now what? But he's still on the hook for the 75,000. That's no. But you know what? That's gonna be Zion if he don't get his life together. He need to call me. He was already down there in Salisbury, down the street, and this is you got us looking bad, bro. I'm just saying, you got us looking bad. Mm. But again, I can't even say that single mama raised because she been with the married to the stepdaddy how many years, and why everybody in the house got a different name? I'm just mad confused about that. How y'all married, but everybody got a different name? Hmm. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be Zion with them 75 stacks a month if he don't get his life together. But I'm just saying, that's that's another way to make sure that black men stay impoverished. Because again, you you can't write it off. It's coming out no matter whether you have 75 coming in, they're gonna take 75 out. This is not a beneficial situation. And then it's going to somebody who's not going to do anything to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, another, black male child is going to be in a positive environment and grow up to be somebody. As soon as it's going to leave his account, hit hers, and then it's going to photo right out because she going to have some Pookies and some Ray Rays and her mama, her grandmama, her auntie and cousins and all of that. And then it's going to come in on the 15th. By the 25th, it's gone. So this is not a win-win situation for anybody. But I'm just saying, right? You mess around and get her, tell her, and then he gonna be in court trying to get them to take that 75 off, and they're gonna be like, no. They'll do something stupid like go from 75 to 70. Like that's really gonna make a difference. But that's the kind of games they play. Because again, one thing I have noticed is my, little bit of time as a paralegal. A lot of y'all black men like to go to court without adequate representation. What's going on with that? Now I know that legal advice is expensive, but if you got a notification and you got 5-6 months before you got to be there, you got time to go to legal aid and get some help, or y'all can find money for the rims and the Jordans and all that kind of stuff. Put that on the back burner. Call your real man and be like, look, I can't make these payments for a couple of months. I got some child support situations. I had to get this lawyer, yada, 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 yee, and do what it is you need to do. I'm just saying, like, y'all, you got to think outside the box and make some moves. So y'all can go in here with some decent representation. And because, the system's already rigged against you. So why help them out by coming in there ignorant? I'm just saying. Maybe we need to put like I'm another y'all like GoFundMe, use GoFundMe for that. That's some stuff I could support. Because I'm tired of folks coming on begging for the GoFundMe after Pookie done got murdered in the street. Y'all want to come on for the GoFundMe to try to put him in the ground? No. Come on here and be like, look, get on with the lead attorney and be like, look, this is my story. I got to GoFundMe, cash at me or something, and we can go from there. But I mean, y'all brothers, you have not because you asked not. I'm just saying. Like I personally myself have turned a couple of, I'm saying, co-workers, friends, associates of mine on to the lead attorney, and they've been able, to get some advice, and it's made a difference. So I'm just saying, if we can't help we can't help you if we don't know you're in need. And that's what it is. And I understand it's hard, brothers. I understand because I don't like asking people for help either. I don't. I get it. I'm like the Olivia Pope of the family. If it's wrong, I usually want to fix it. So when I got stuff wrong, I really don't, have folk I can run to. So because I'm fixing stuff for everybody else. So I mean, I get it. But if do we talking about something that can impact the next 2 decades of your life, if you make it that long, you need to do what you need to do to make sure you got adequate representation and get these people off your back. That's what I'm saying. That's why we need legislation. We need to make a push. We need to make a push. That's all I'm saying. That's it's necessary. It's past necessary. So any ideas? Y'all let me know. We can definitely get on and chat about it. Looks like we are approaching the hour and 45-minute mark. Anybody got anything else they want to discuss? Let's see. You know what, real bravado, that's true. A lot of men either can't afford it or think they can't talk their way into what they want. Listen, listen. Y'all men, you competent thinking, masculine men, y'all get that masculinity pumping. Y'all can talk folks into anything y'all want. Let's be for real. We're gonna be real honest. Yeah, yeah. Y'all start throwing that masculinity and that testosterone around. Y'all can get what y'all want. You just got to realize it and know how to work it. Y'all can have whatever y'all want. Real talk. At least you can from me. I, I'm just not about, the can't change the tire and don't know where the oil stick is and all that kind of nonsense. Man, that ain't my bag. Like I've literally been on the side of the road and I've had men come help me and they literally got together and picked the car up off the ground. That's what I'm used to. So yeah, you come behind and you like, well, where's the oil supposed to go again? Where how I fill up the how I put air in the tire? I can't ride with that. That's not for me. So again, y'all put a couple brain cells to it and get that masculinity going. Y'all can have what you want. Let people know. You have to let them know you're not playing because, like you said earlier, real bravado, they will try to little boy you, and they love to do that in court. They love it. They love it, and that's so true, Team Peterson. Most men do go into court with a defeatist attitude and hope for the best. But again, when you speaking that into, what I'm saying, into the atmosphere, you speaking that into reality. So you going in and you like, I mean, I know this is not gonna work out well, but just give me something I can live with. And then it don't work out well, and you like, well, this is worse than I thought. What am I gonna do? You gotta again get a couple brain cells, get your plan together, do a little bit of research. That's another thing we don't like to do as black people's research. Do your research, have a positive mindset, and say, I'm not going in here and getting reamed. I am not going to this court and getting railroaded. I am going in and I am going to get A, B, C, and D, and go in there and put your thing down and get it. I mean, I know it's easier said than done when have always been told, nothing's gonna work out in your favor, and you're a black man, you just gotta take it. But we gotta change that mindset. We do. And I think if with spaces, what I'm saying, like, uh do better podcasts and smoke and talk and real bravado, I think we can get it done. Cause I'm gonna speak for the rest of the sisters. We got your back. We got your back. And we'll come to, we will definitely mount up like them. Y'all saw how them brothers got up off that boat and got to skipping over there to take care of them crackers. That's how we coming for y'all. Don't worry about it. We just gotta see you. We gotta see y'all in the front mounted up, and then we gonna come behind you mounted up, and we good. Because sometimes you more effective from the women are more effective from the back than we are from the side. Because I don't know if you ever been in a fight with your friend or something, and y'all stand side by side trying to duke, and they mess around and hit you. We don't need that. So that's why we as women we gonna stay in the back. That way we can see stuff from all angles and let y'all know what's coming while y'all busy. You know what I'm saying? Duking it out. I'm gonna be back there with them. So that's what we gonna do, and that is gonna be our plan. All right, Brian. You say we willing. Well, I mean, let's get it. Let's get it. Cause the we can skip over the millennials. They kind of hit and miss. But what's the ones behind them? Mm. It'll come to me anyway. They about it because that's them the ones that jumped in that water and was like, "I'm gonna go up here and we gonna take care of this." We got time to mold them. So yeah, we need to put our focus there and get our stuff together and keep it moving and go ahead and turn this thing around. It's definitely can be done, but we're gonna have to leave some people behind. That's just what it is. But in leaving them behind, they need to understand they're not gonna be able to reap the benefits of what we've done. That's that okay, Zenny. Okay. All right. Thank you, Team Peterson. Yeah, they just gonna need to understand that they're not gonna be able to reap the benefits of what we've done because they're not even gonna have the mindset to even know how to put it into practice. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, you guys. Again, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping by. I did have a video that dropped earlier. It was about some Negro foolishness, but I will have a few coming out in the days coming. I am gonna do another live stream for my notes. Um, and guys, men, I would appreciate you guys stopping by because I want to talk about what black women want from you guys. Are they wanting pro- true protection, or are they just want you to retaliate when they feel like they've been done wrong? Because it's been a lot. Oh, thanks, y'all. It's always some they get into something and then it's over and then they come get y'all and then y'all react and then it turns into this whole fiasco and they call that protection. So I just want to see if we can get clear on what it is that these women want, and I'm using that term loosely. Do they want actual protection and what that is, or do they just want retaliation, which is what I see they've been getting? So, I think I'm gonna do that one tomorrow. So, you guys stop by and we'll get into that. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate the support and Real Bravado and Team Peterson. Thank you so much for the cash apps. I truly, truly appreciate it. Until next time, you guys definitely take care. And I'm sure I'll be popping in on each of you guys tomorrow to keep an eye on you. So until then, bye.